So, hey guys, it's your boy King Kyan, and we are back with another one. First of all, guys, Happy New Year. I hope you guys are having an amazing start to it. But let's delve into what we're doing today. So you might notice I'm on Magic Rush Help, and I'm on the team recommender for Arena because it's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about a guy called YourFaveJerk, and I want to talk about his account. Um, he's going to give me access to his account so I can do more videos for you guys and have more variability in what I'm doing, and I'm going to try to get my hands on a physical account so I can then go even deeper. The one I'm really interested in is in a guy called Polite Simon, where his account was really focused on no legends, so he had a lot of the free heroes. I just think that's going to allow me to do a lot more stuff. Team that alongside Jerk's account, and I probably will have access to a huge amount of heroes. But yeah, back to YourFaveJerk's account. This is a team that I adore, and I adore it because of how he built this team. He built this team using two team leaders, so he used Crabbie and he used Merlyn. Now, what he was doing when he built this team was he was focusing on Horror Story Magic Pen and Merlyn's Lifesteal. So this was something that, you know, when you're thinking about building a team, you have to think about what that team does and how you're going to get the most damage out of that team, the most heal out of that team, and then the most survivability out of that team. Because I would say healing is not survivability. Because if you look at a Pierre healing, it's not for survivability. You're just trying to output damage. It's an after effect of that speeding up. But this is a team that focuses on survivability, healing, and damage. So let's talk about it. I need to put in his trump card just so you can see. His trump card is Slimy King, and Slimy King is a vital part of this team. I will delve deeper into Slimy King. So in this video, we're going to delve deep into Crabbie, and we're going to delve deep into Slimy King. Merlyn and the other two heroes that appear in this team, I will not delve into because I feel everybody knows enough about these heroes already that they do not need to be expanded on. So, recommended teams. Here we go. We see here, this is his team, and if we look at this team, we're gonna notice something. So we're gonna notice in August he was ranked 12, 590k power. In September he was ranked 19, 620k power. In October he was ranked 13, 630k power. In November he was ranked 11, 667k power. This is a team that is top 20. It's top 20 on a triple merge server with some absolute huge wells. So this is merger 821 for anyone who's interested. The reason why there is no December ranking for this is because they didn't upload it when they did the cross server arena this time. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what happened. But let's just delve into the heroes. So the basics of this team, what this team is doing, it's relying on, again, Crabbie's Magic Pen. So he's buffing Theresa himself and Halley, and then it's relying on Merlyn. So Merlyn is buffing the whole team in an all, but from her group she is specifically buffing herself, Slimy King, and Halley. So this is how the team melds into each other. Halley is the link between the two teams, and it's fitting that she's actually in the middle here, but that's how this team links in. But let's just talk about these individual heroes. Let's talk about Crabbie, and let's talk about Slimy King. So Crabbie. Crabbie's ultimate is Iron Storm. Concentrated irons deal a destructive blow to an enemy and deals three successive waves of magic damage to enemies in the AoE. If your team is bunched, this is going to hurt you. It's a good ultimate, nothing outstanding. Okay, Iron Charge, green. Fires an iron beam at enemy dealing magic damage. This skill is just a basic magic skill for me. It's as good as, I don't know, let's say a basic attack. That's where I'd put it. I wouldn't put it on anything outstanding. Iron Orb. Blue fires a paralyzing iron bullet, dealing magic damage and stun to an enemy. Again, it's just another basic attack with a stun. It's nothing special. His passive, Iron Power, the abundance for irons, causes energy regen to speed up. So this is a skill that helps him ult. That helps Crabbie ult, which makes him a good hero. Where he becomes a great hero is where I think he gets his support tag from, is Horror Story. Awakening increases magic pen for Horror Story heroes. And we'll talk more about the Horror Story heroes and who they are and what you can do with them and just why this extra magic pen makes Crabbie a great hero to have rather than a good hero to have. But then what I think takes him into the excellent field is Red Storm, his skin. The last iron shot from Iron Storm will leave a swirling cloud dealing continuous damage to enemies. As long as Crabbie survives, he will periodically fire an Iron Storm to attack the enemy. So he's going to ult and then he's going to have a free ult, and each time he does that, it's going to have a swirling cloud of continuous damage. Also, while he has extra magic pen. It's why I call him the free Theresa. Because the skill is absolutely massive, and the longer the fight goes on, the more damage he is going to do to you. The longer the fight goes on, the more ultimates he throws out, the more healing he's going to have, the more survivability he has, the more damage he outputs, the less likely you are going to win. So it's something that you want to kill. You want to kill his Crabbie quick, but you have to get to his Crabbie. And getting to his Crabbie is not as easy as it sounds. You put a smoke in, he has that Theresa, your smoke's going to die. But let's just look at the Horror Story group quickly, because I just want to talk about it. I just want to talk about it very quickly. So, Horror Story, Alma, Sentex, great support. Alma magic resistance drop, and knock up. Sentex control, Gorgana, DPS, plus poison, Halley, DPS, Jasmine, I'm not too sure about. I've never used Jasmine actually. Never used her. Her skills sound great, but I used Bikini and I dropped Bikini. The only reason I started Magic Rush was because of Bikini, and I dropped Bikini, and then Jasmine came out, and I just wasn't really interested in sleep teams anymore. I moved on to bigger control teams. Then Jason's healing, so not much from Jason in this team regarding that increased magic pen, and the same for Kaiser. Where we start seeing it now is towards this end of the list, especially this end of the list. So you had Halley and Gorgana from the start of the list, but now we're going to see it more. So Lilith is going to do some big damage with that extra magic pen. Medea is going to do bigger damage with that extra magic pen. Patra is going to explode. Patra is probably with a Crabbie could be a legend worthy damage if you have that Crabbie. People don't use Patra and Crabbie together, and I do not understand why. Because even just at the awakening stage, it's going to send your Patra insane, and she will do damage with that Crabbie. It's worth having the two together. It really is. Russell, I think theoretically, Russell bounces back damage, and if Russell's bouncing back damage, if that damage has extra magic pen on it, he should output more damage. So you should be able to break the enemy quicker. And then we have Thanos, Theresa, and Vortex, which we know they're going to explode if they have anything extra on them, because they already do massive damage. So that's Horror Story. So just running back, we're going to now look at Slimy King and why, when Jerk invested in Slimy King, he was making a decision that nobody else could see. When he was investing in Slimy King, there were people who were thinking he was crazy. But he said, I'm investing in Slimy King, and Slimy King's going to do well. I love his skills. And when I looked at Slimy King's skills, I said, yeah, they're okay, but this is a risk, because how they say they work, if they actually work like that, it's a bit OP. And it turns out his skills actually work like that, and the timings of his skills is actually perfect, to the point where no one used Slimy King because no one got Slimy King. So Slimy King never got a debuff because no one saw Slimy King as something that needed to be debuffed. But actually, let's look at what Slimy King does. So let's start off with, I'm not going to start off with his ultimate. I'm going to start off with his green skill. So round trip hit, slides forward into enemy back row, dealing 1 hit of damage, then slides back to original position, dealing a 2nd hit of damage. That's 2 damage. That's a skill that gives out 2 damage. That already puts him a good / great class. Just that one skill, because there's not enough heroes who will deal 2 hits of damage. Like, we're talking about not AoE damage, just slides forward hit damage, slides back hit damage. 2 hits of damage on 2 movements. Okay, now we're talking about odd hit. Blue. Uses 2 hands to attack 2 nearby enemies. If your arm is higher than magic resistance, then it will blind the target. If magic resistance is higher than it is higher, then it will silence the target. So this is a control skill. It's going to control the amount of times you're getting hit if you're fighting a physical team. So it's going to take away crit strike chances. So if you're fighting a Lucifer team, this is going to be really handy, because it's going to stop that Lucifer from getting into Hades mode. If you're fighting a magic resistance team, that silence landing on the wrong hero, landing on a Halley, could mess up a Halley ult. Landing on a Lilith could stop Lilith from teaming up with that Quinox in placing the light on all of your team. You probably wouldn't be able to reach a Vortex or a Quinox to silence them, so you'd still have to look out for that. But it could do enough to stop a team from wrecking you. So odd hit is a skill. I think it's his 2nd best skill. The best skill I think that he has is this limitless form skill. It's taking physical damage, increases armor, and lowers magic resistance. Taking magic damage increases magic resistance and lowers armor. Stacks up to 5 times. So let's face it, 95% of the time you'll be fighting a all-out physical team or a all-out magic team. So that 5% of teams that you might have to fight, they'll either be teams that aren't strong enough to fight you, or teams where they just don't lack the hybrid enough to deal with this team. Now, I know 2 heroes that deal with this team, that can deal with Slimy King quite well. One would be Ariel and one would be Quinox. I won't tell you what other heroes you need, but they are 2 heroes that could deal with Slimy King if teamed correctly with other heroes, and would force Slimy King to be in a state of unknowingness about where he is, or to push up, like, let's say, his physical damage, and then so you could wipe him out on the magic damage side. There's ways to do it, but it's more fun to let Jerk hold his top spot and to see how long it will be before someone or people can figure out just how to beat that Slimy King, especially with Slimy King being such an unused hero. So let's go back to his ultimate. Jumps to spot, knocking nearby enemies airborne. This is control skill 1 that his ultimate has. Becoming untargetable while continuously blasting nearby enemies with mud. Okay. Enemies stuck in mud lose attack and movement speed. There's the 2nd control. And they get stunned at 5 layers of mud. There's the 3rd. This ultimate has 3 layers of control. Knocking airborne and attack speed and movement speed dropped is something that will happen each time he ults. And then once all of that mud that he's continuously blasting your team with hits, you will get stunned. So 2 to 3 ults and you're facing a stun. 2 to 3 ults, you've gone through 2 knockups and an attack movement speed gone down. Plus you've been blinded how many times or silenced how many times. This is a CCT. This is a CCT. This is a CC tank that can damage drop absolutely well. And the longer the fights go on, the worse it's probably going to get from you. So it's the more buffs that Merlyn's going to give if you're fighting this team. It's the more times that Crabbie's going to go off with his Iron Storm damage. Theresa going to give out more damage. She's going to raise her AP. Halley's going to be like in some just ult mode with scythes throwing everywhere. It's a team that you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight, especially if you don't understand how to break Slimy King. Because this is the key. This is the man who holds it all together. And that's it for now. This is the team. This is the team I wanted to show you. It's a team where if you have Halley or you have Theresa, you can think about building a team like this. It's a team. It's going to take a little bit of investment to build, but you're going to see immediate results. Like, this is immediate results just here. This shows you immediate results in what, August, September, October, November, in 4 months. And a what, 70k power jump, 80k power jump. It's held rank 12. So in 4 months. So this probably would have been building up one of these heroes from August to November, where he's had to build up heroes plus the unlocking of new stuff in the game. That this team has just continuously grown in power. And it's a team that you can build. Let's say you just couldn't build Halley, and you just couldn't build Theresa. You just can't afford them. You're a VIP 0 account, but you're really interested in building Slimy King, Merlyn, and Crabbie. What you want to be looking at is something that's really simple. You want to be looking at throwing in Patra and throwing in either Medea or Jason. And the aim of this team is to just help Patra get to ult. That is it. Help Patra get to ult while also giving Patra that extra damage. With the extra magic pen from Crabbie, your Patra is going to explode and it's going to do well. And if you got these heroes, if you have a Crabbie awakened and you kind of leveled, doesn't need to be fully leveled, but you got kind of leveled, and you got Slimy King and he's kind of leveled, and you just want to test it out. Throw in a Slimy King, a Merlyn, a Patra, a Crabbie, and a Medea, and just see how they do. Do they do what you need them to do? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, watch the fight. Learn why it's not working. Is it a power difference that's not working? If it's a power difference, build the team a bit more. Have some fun with your team builds. And this is when you're going to get power, and you're going to see things where other people won't build because no one else has this team. They don't understand. And you're going to get 3 diamonds from it because you're going to hold your rank. And you're going to enjoy the game a bit more because you're going to see a bit more of the game. And learn that there are ways to beat teams like Pierre, Lucifer, Brynhild, and all of these other builds out there by building simple and building cleverly. So guys, that is it for now. I will be back with more videos. I thank you for watching. I will see you on the next one. It's your boy King Kyan. I'll see you later.